Welcome to ATB-TV. I'm Darren Dance here with Peter Morganti at the Ballarat Jumpouts. Pete, standing here in the super box. It says it's 30 degrees at 9:30 in the morning, and I think in this super box it feels like 40.
Yeah, got the shorts on, the thongs on, with a bit of Gold Coast attire, Darren, but yeah.
Got a bit of sweat on the brow.
Yeah.
Gee, it's sticky and hot, isn't it? But
2 or 3 days of it too.
yeah, so anyway, it's summer in Victoria, I suppose. We're expecting a top of 37. Hopefully that doesn't eventuate.
No, anyway, Ballarat will take any warm weather, I suppose.
Well, there's only a month of it to go, I guess, and then we'll be the jumpers will be back out. So let's run through last week's runners, Pete. Where do we wind the clock back to?
Well, obviously we had our first runners were Saturday after we had a good day at Terang last week, and we start off with My Obsession at Caulfield, just an even 6th, Darren.
Yeah, look, that was a disappointing run because we thought she'd run top 2 or 3. I knew at the 800 she was gone.
Yeah.
He said the jock, Ben Allen,
Yeah.
said he probably rode it too close, and then she looked plain late. So, yeah, don't know. I think maybe the Valley, she seems to run her best races. The old track specialist.
Well, it's like, what you know works, go with it. So there is a couple of 1500s there. We probably just got to look at those, put her in, and hope for the best.
Yeah.
She's had 10 or 11 runs, so you just wonder, how far do you go? But she
this will be a last prep.
Yeah. Yep.
Last prep.
So anyway, let's hope we can sneak something with it. But we have been saying that for a few starts. Falago, he kicked off his prep, and we got to the end of a hot day, and the track might have been a bit firm, but he just basically bowled around.
Well, he was 50 to 1, and he ran like a 50 to 1. He was never in it, never a chance, never going to be a chance.
No.
Wasn't fit enough really to go there, but as Darren Weir explained post-race, this old horse, you can't get him fit in trials because he just jogs around. You've actually got to race him to get him fit now.
He's too cutted.
So you can't get him fit trialling him, so you've got to race him to get him fit. So probably he's not going to be ready till his 4th up.
Yeah, we're looking at, into April.
Well, he's a wet tracker, and
hopefully we can just pinpoint tracks that have got a bit of give in for him along the way.
Well, the whole idea is to get him fit, ready for the winter. So we just got to look after him until then and get him fit. But yeah, ran like a 50 to 1 shot.
Yep. We went to Randwick. We're sure. You were pretty sure, but
I was very sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's an interesting story, isn't it? Gets back out of his ground as usual, pulls wide, doesn't run on.
No.
In fact, nothing ran on all day. He had to be in the top 5 there at Randwick, which seems to be the way Randwick plays.
Yep.
And pulled up a little bit jarry. Now, what really disappoints me, Pete, with trainers is you get the pre-race on Thursday telling you the horse is flying. He's going to be a massive chance, and never had him better. Then he runs, I don't know, 6th or 7th or whatever it was, with track bias and a firm track. And then Sunday they ring up and say they don't want to train him anymore.
Yeah, work that out.
So what is it with these trainers? They must have went to a different school than I did.
They got plan A's, B's, C's and D's.
Yeah,
I think they're like you download something that it automatically wipes. They forget what they say prior.
Well, one day they're pumping the horse up. The horse puts in a bad one because maybe it wasn't the horse's fault, and then they don't want to train it. So that's fine. We just take it somewhere else. And at this stage, it looks like it's going to go to Michael Freeman. I'm going to meet with him tomorrow in Sydney to have a chat. But looks like we're going to change trainers with Weir Shaw.
And most owners on board. Yep. Guest of honour, we went a little bit further north. Now, he's a bit similar to Falago, kicking off his prep. He ran 8th. It was a pass mark run, I reckon. Darren, going forward for a horse that's going to look for a mile down the track and a big give and the surface.
Well, we went there with no real expectations. First up 1200. Once again, the track was playing to the leaders and was probably a little bit firm for him.
Yep.
But he only got beat 4 or 5 lengths and ran through the line good. And interestingly enough, the trainer gets on the phone the next day and says, well, I'm happy with that, but I wouldn't start him on a firm track again.
Yeah.
And I just want to get him to a mile.
Yeah.
And I'm going to wait till we get the right track.
Yep.
Whereas in Randwick, if they'd have walked that track, they would have known it was firm. They would have known there was no rain.
Yep.
So just questions a few things, doesn't it?
What we're saying in here from Matt Dunn, very meticulous and got a plan. I think that's all what we want to hear too, that there is a plan.
And honesty, Pete.
Yeah, honesty.
Tell us what you
integrity.
really think.
Yep.
Don't tell us what you think we want to hear.
Yeah, well, that's right. Too easy to tell the owners what they want to hear. We moved to, I think it was Tuesday with embroidery.
Didn't we have another run Saturday?
No, come
Only
on.
had the 4?
Yeah,
Just checking.
And me worried again.
The old stress Pete out trick.
I've got the book there, got the black book back. Yeah, embroidery, she was terrific.
Where was that?
Here at Ballarat on Tuesday. Makes a difference when you give a horse a little bit of cover and give her a chance to run on. And while the winner was too good, she toughed it out to the line.
Yeah, well, the first up run at Werribee was very disappointing. Ridden too close and without cover and got her over racing. Tuesday, Dean Yendall gets on it and rides to instructions, which is to let us try and settle a bit, get cover, be quiet on it, and let her finish off. And she really stuck her head out and got second. I know a few blokes reported down here in the bookies ring, one bloke with an ATB shirt on having a bit of a go each way, came back to me by the grapevine, noticed he's got a bit of cash in his wallet today, at about $5 or $6 a place. No names will be mentioned. Must be hot in here, Pete, you've gone red. But look, she was very good. The winner, Adam Brayshaw from who works for Godolphin rang me and said, sorry to knock you off. John O'Shea trained horse at Ballarat, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah.
Bugger off, boys. But they said, look, she's a Saturday City class, the winner. She just needs to build a bit of confidence, and we've run second to her with a maiden, and we've got improvement to come. So we've always had a bit of an opinion of this horse, a good opinion of this horse.
Yep.
Weary's always thought she'd be some sort of city class performer, whether it's midweek or Friday night. Not sure about Saturday, but she's always shown a bit. First run she was too immature, had her ready to go, and then she had a setback, got her back again. First up run slaughtered. Tuesday she showed us, showed the owners what we knew. And now they can see for themselves. So I think next start, 100% fit, going to be very hard to beat wherever she goes.
So it was a nice 13 at bed.
$8,000 for second with the voters.
Yeah, exactly. That's
and a couple of blokes I know went home with a pocket full.
Yeah, there they are.
Have you booked that overseas trip now?
Not on a second placing. Righto, now we're going to have to rush through, because I know I haven't got much bloody film on that camera, Darren. We're a bit light in
the old I'm unorganised trick. The old I'm unorganised. I want to say g'day to Sue Idle, who watches every Friday night.
Yes.
And every time Sue rings me up for a chat, she buys a horse, so keep ringing, Sue. I'd love to hear from you.
And also Scudder.
Scunner.
He sent me a message.
The West Shore boy.
Yeah, he reckons that...
the only guy I know that went fishing on the surf, caught a shark.
He got bit by it.
But the shark won. It bit half his leg off and he had to go to hospital. It's not funny, but just be careful when you go shark fishing.
Bit tough when you get bit by a shark on the beach.
Apparently it's only a foot long, but apparently it had sharp teeth.
Anyway, we'll have that beer soon, Scunner.
It's your shout, mate.
Yeah. Righto, we'll go through it quickly. We've got 5 to talk about.
Do you reckon he buys fish and chips or
flake?
Probably eats it raw.
We have today, as we stand here, and probably in a couple of hours' time, Bloodlet going around, 1900 metres, a month between runs. Yeah, well,
we pulled her out the other day because it was too hot, and then I've got another hot one today. But the good thing is I pulled the race forward to 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
When she runs, it's only going to be 30. Kilmore's only an hour and a bit up the road.
Yep.
Gets a chance to win a race here.
Yeah, Gate 2, D. Yendall.
Yendall.
Box seat. Produced to win.
Been a good rider for us, Yendall. I know we keep saying that.
For a long time.
But no, Dino, get her. Can you please win so I can put her in the paddock and let her mature?
Then we move to Saturday. We've got 2 at the Valley. Saturday. Friday night. We'll get to Saturday soon. Magical Millie in the maiden. There's only about 7 in it. Rory Griffiths reckons she's a top 3 or 4 chance going through the 4.
Magical Millie, yes.
John McNeil.
Should have won the other day. Probably a top 6 chance.
We'll leave that at that. High Largo, drawn wide, but I like her around the Valley over 2500 ridden cold. Good chance.
Well, she's going to stay all day.
Ben Allen, she gets in under the minimum too, Darren.
Yeah, I know, we keep saying that, people. They never bloody win when it happens. I'm sick of it. At the end of the day, 2500, that's what she needs.
Yeah.
I know they're going to ride it quiet, and hopefully when they give her the squeeze, she can get going and not be flat-footed, because if she is, she'll get beat.
She gets swooping on that bend, watch out.
I still think she needs wet tracks, but...
Yeah. Anyway, it's a bit forgiving, the Valley.
Liz will be down there to watch those two.
Yep.
So they need extra champagne in the owner's room, probably.
Let's hope so.
Because I'll be in Sydney, going up to look at the horses for the classic sale that gets underway Saturday night, Pete.
Righto, bringing more home.
Well, I need to.
Saturday, I'm right now, we can go to Kyneton, where I might go there. Himagee Joe, 1450. Obviously, we had it down for the Echuca meeting, which was Friday, which is now Monday. But we
it'd
thought
be too hard up there. The track would be too firm.
Is generally a track that has a bit of give, and it's a
Yep.
lovely surface. And 1450 second up, she hopefully running on strongly.
Well, she ran super first up at Great Western on that beautiful track.
Jack Hill rides.
That's Saturday, so it's the day before we're supposed to get a little bit of rain. But look, at the end of the day, they do water that track, and it won't be a strong field, and she's a matchway chance.
Yeah, for sure. And finally, our runners, we head to South Australia, where Broadway First is in a benchmark 70. It looks a nice race, 1200 metres, drawn wide. We've got one of the better local hoops on, Matthew Nielsen.
Well, I don't like going to Adelaide, Pete.
No, you've hinted.
I don't like travelling horses to Adelaide.
When was the last winner over there?
I think a lot of horses go there, and it's harder than you think to win there against the locals. Anyway, there's no races here for the bloke, so he's got to go there, and hopefully it's not too hot when he travels over, and hopefully he can run a nice race. But got a bit of a theory on Broadway First, and the theory is he doesn't like racing under lights.
Yeah, well, hopefully
scared of the shadows.
It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon, there's no eclipse.
Yeah, well, hopefully that change comes through before Saturday afternoon. But anyway, we're going to take him over there and roll the dice and see what happens.
I like the
he's due that horse.
Bigger track and ridden cold, that's his go. So
is it the main track? It's not the Parks track, I hope.
No, it's the other one.
Good.
The main one, so
right,
that suits him.
It'd be nice if he could post a win, because he's city class, that horse, and we've had no luck. Now, Peter, as the next set of trialists go to the gates, you've got about 3 minutes to wrap up. What do you got?
Sunday. For all the ladies, Michelle Payne's
Open day.
Nottingham. Yeah, the 3 horses will be on parade.
Big crew going.
Chance to have a chat to Michelle. And
so if you're not booked in, ring Liz on ASAP, and in the afternoon we're all going to the polo.
Yep.
You coming?
Yeah, probably jump on one and bash a few, what are they called, chucks, are they? Pucks, chucks.
I'd like to see
We'll stop
that.
there, I think.
I'm going to buy a GoPro if you're going to ride. I want to see that. So we're looking forward to Sunday.
Yeah, Half Rake City.
And news of Half Rake City going to contest the 2 mile race at Dubai on World Cup night, March 25. So that's something more really to look forward to.
Exciting. Yep.
And they told me Seismos is ready to run next month.
Yeah,
as is our new horse.
Mr. Hank Grewu, the trainer, is interesting reports when we get him. We're sort of doing an interpreter.
He looks good in the palate, which is obviously the skin.
And it's a bit training on the frozen over here. So anyway, he's come along.
It's all good. And I'm getting all these emails in German, so if anyone out there can read German, please call me, because I need help. Anyway, let's wrap it up, Pete.
We've got a little bit of vision of Christina's doing a wonderful job with the GoPro work up there, and here's a bit with PK.
Now, PK's Lepase's younger brother.
Yep.
She says he's the best of the family she's had, so have a look at this vision.
Until
next week, Darren Dance and Peter Morganti in the sauna, sweating.
Okay everybody, we're putting together our explanatory video for all the ATB owners. I've decided to use PK as my trusty steed. I'd like to introduce you to PK, that's him there. He's by commands out of Pirouettes. So he's the 4th generation of this family that I've pre-trained, including Lepase. He's just having a bit of a fright at the other horses. So I'm hoping that he's going to be on his best behaviour for me today, because we're going to try and explain what our track work is all about, so that all of you guys know that if we send a message out that says that you're doing half pace, 3/4 pace and evens, you'll get a feel and an idea of what we're doing. Now he doesn't want to go. And so the first lap I'm going to talk you through it. I'm going to show you the furlong markers. The furlong's every 200 metres. So PK and I are going to go out here and do half pace from the 1200 to the 1000. From the 1000 to the 800 we're going to do 3/4 pace, and from the 800 to the winning post we're going to do evens. So basically from the 1200 we're going to do probably 20 seconds to the 1000. From the 1000 to the 8 we're going to do 17s, and from the 8 to the 6, 6 to the 4, 4 to the 2, 2 to the winning post, we're going to do 15 seconds between each marker. So So that's the plan. So I'll talk you through it for this first lap, and then you'll just have to sort of hear my beeper. My beeper I'll turn it on in a minute, and you'll hear it. It'll count the seconds. So we'll just do our best and see what happens. So come on, PK. I chose PK because he's really wide, see? So I figured he could carry 1,000 owners. This is a bit of fun. I don't know how well this is going to work, but we'll just see how we go. We're relying on PK to be good. He's only 2, he's a colt, so you never know with these lads. But anyway, he's been pretty honest so far. Whatever he does, you're going to be riding it with me. Okay, I'm now looking at, there's the 1200 metre mark, okay? So I'm going to go to the inside so that you can see it clear. So I need you to look a little bit for our second lap. So from 1200 now, the next marker will be the 1000 metres obviously, and I'll give you a good look at it too. So we just want him to be nice and straight. Normally I ride in the centre of the track. Today I'm going to take him to the inside so that you can see your markers and count. What I'm also going to do is when I get to the 12, I'm going to say 12, and then I'll start counting the beeps, and then I'll say 1000 when I'm at the 1000, because I did notice when I videoed the other day that it's a bit hard to pick up on the markers. So I'm going to do my best to try and keep you completely involved with what I'm doing. As you can see, PK is nice and straight, very intelligent, his ears are pricked. It's a nice, very nice little horse. Okay, there's a 1000 metre marker. See it right there? Okay, so from the 1000, we're going to start doing 17 seconds to the 800. Good boy, PK. He's very nice. Oh, he's got a bit of a cough, bit of dust, bit of brekkie. Come on, PK. Okay, it's a beautiful morning. So I'm doing the rising trot, that's why I'm bobbing up and down. Oh, clear its windpipe. Now the reason I won't be talking you through the second lap is because I actually have to concentrate to count the seconds to make sure he's doing his work, because this is actually his fast morning, his fast day. So he has to be able to do this to be able to go next week knowing that he's confidently doing 800 strong even. So there you can see the 800 metre mark. Okay, so we will be travelling 17 seconds between the 1000 and the 8. That's 3/4 pace. Now we'd kick him up speed him up a bit into trying to do 15 seconds between now and the 600 marker. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's the first boy I've ridden of this family. I've ridden Relve by Wanted, had Elsis by Lonro, who I loved, and Le Passe, who was by Street Cry. And wasn't she a ripper for everybody? One thing about this family is they got fantastic temperaments. Oh, come on, clear your system here, PK. You right now, bud? Okay, that's the 600 marker. The 600's not looking at me, it's looking at, I don't know, the trotting track for some reason. So we would have gone 15 seconds. I'm going to try and keep 15 seconds here again. And I did notice too when I videoed the other horses yesterday, looking at the video, you probably can't tell that I'm increasing the speed or anything, but anyway, let's hope this just gives you a good feel of, you know, what your horses are doing. I don't gallop them here for pre-training. I gallop my own for race preparation obviously, but I just get them up doing 800 evens, and if they've done that 3 times, then they're ready to go into Darren Weir or whoever's going to be training them, and they can confidently, they either have to, you know, step up in distance or they have to start galloping. They're ready to do their job. So here's our 400 metre marker coming up here, and really it should be turned around so that we can see it. So there's 400, so we've just done 15 seconds in our next lap obviously. Going to the 2 now. Now I should be cantering, so I'm going to turn my beeper on. We've got a bit of wind here, so anyway, hear my beeper. Now, now, now. That's every second. So I need you to count those seconds. I'll just say when we're at the 12,008, you count the beeps, okay? Alright, canter PK. Preferably want his left lead because that's the direction he's going. Have a look. Left, 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 left. Perfect PK. Okay, that's the 200 metre marker right there. And the winning post. Got to keep your legs on a bit for the winning post because some horses can shy at it. As you can see, PK works beautifully. See, his head's beautifully round. I'll show you his shadow. See, he looks super. He is just a darling. His family and I, we've been friends for a while, and I love them all. Okay, there's the winning post, but the actual marker for the winning post is that little white thing down on the ground right there. See it? Okay. Let's go. Now we're going anti-clockwise, obviously. It's the direction we race in Victoria. And you can see he's slightly bent to the left, his eyes slightly looking left. Okay, 1400. So I'm going to stop talking to you now. So I'm going to be coming up on the 12, I'm going to try and do 20 seconds, okay? From the 4 to the 2, and then I went 14 seconds from the 2 to the finishing post. So in effect I did the 30 seconds over the distance, but I still rode him a little bit wrong. I would have liked 15 consistent. He does his work quite well. It'd be a lot easier if he had a friend, but that's a pretty good idea of what we do. Thank you, PK. Thank you, PK. Now that's only the second time he's done 800 evens, so he'll be a little bit tired from that. He'll probably sleep well over the weekend, but that's okay. That's what he does. He's just a baby. So he stops straight. There's no other horses on the track. Perfect. You can have a little walk for a bit, and then we can turn. Well done, PK. PK took us for a good ride. Now I like PK with long stirrups, see, long stirrups. That's because he doesn't pull. Much better off riding babies with long stirrups, keeping your legs down around them. Gives you a little bit of control of direction. You can steer them a bit with your legs. And also if they shy or something like that, you've got a much better chance of staying on. Ride long, live long. So anyway, he's worked very, very well. So I just had him a second slow. Mainly going around the corner. Sometimes you do lose him a second going around the corner, and probably me not paying 100% attention. I should have known to click him up a little bit and then hold him together for the last 200. But that's pretty good work, pretty nice work for him.